Hello Texters, welcome to Kitty Tech Pro. Today we're going to be learning how to build a portfolio. Now a portfolio has to do with a profile about yourself and what you do. You want people to know that you are a web designer or web developer. So you create a portfolio for yourself. People can come and see your work and know your skills and know this is what you're into. So that's what we're going to be building today. So the first thing you have to do is you create a folder. You can call your folder my portfolio. As you can see, I already have my folder created. Then I also have another folder which is my images, and in my images I have pictures that I'm going to be using. These are my pictures for my background, and okay, so that's all. And I also have my HTML file and my CSS file ready. Alright, so let's dive into it. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to change this document. Now title, I'm going to write my portfolio. Good. We're going to create a link for our CSS, and that's it. So let's go back to the body. Let's go back to our body. Now we're going to create a div, and then class name. And inside our div, we still have another div for our navbar, and that's it. So we're going to create. So we're going to create an image for that. We're putting our image for our logo. So I'm going to copy our relative path and I'll paste it here. Good. I can actually remove this because I don't think we actually need it. Alright, so that's it. So create a link. We create a list where we're going to add in our links, or several links. So it's for home. We'll create several links like that. I'm going to make it like 5. Alright, so that's good. I'm going to take it and let's see what it looks like on our Chrome. So I'm going to open that, and this is it. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to dive into it. So I'm going to open my CSS file, and I'm going to start adding stuff to it. So sorry, margin. Margin 0, padding 0, width, I'm going to make a width 0, then I'm going to make a width 100%, sorry, 100%, then our background, we're going to have add a background to that, then we're going to use an image for our background. I'm going to be getting that from this image. I'm going to copy the path, fix that here. Now HTML actually use a forward slash, not a backward slash. Okay, so good. The next thing I'm going to do is a background position. Background position, center, a background size, cover, and a height, 100 viewports, pH. It's going to be the height, a position. We want it to be relative. And a font family. The going to put a star for a nav bar. I'm going to make it with 86%. Display, flex, margin, auto. But I'm going to make it 15 pixels. Align items, we want to make it center. Then justify content. We're going to make the space between. Alright, and one more thing I'm going to do is a lap bar logo. I'm going to make it with 160 pixels. Then display. The display is going to be so instead of the display, we're going to do a cursor. I'm going to put it as a pointer. Then margin top. I'm going to give it to us. Margin top minus 3%. Margin left minus 2%. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to style our list. So margin top, we're going to give it minus 4%. Then I'm going to go back to styling our list. So we're going to click style none. We don't want to have any form or style of listing. Then display inline block display. Then padding 10 pixels, 16 pixels. Then we're going to do a list again down to the styling, and we're going to give the font size. I'm going to make our font size 14 pixels. Then I'm going to give a font weight. We want it to be bold. We're actually making this styling for our link listing. I'm going to show you after now what we did. We're going to do text decoration. Text decoration 1. Color. Margin top. I'm going to give it a margin top. The margin top. I'm going to make our margin top 30 minus 3% rather. Minus 3%. Then transition. Okay, so I'm going to create a hover for list. Okay, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to open this on our Chrome. Now look, we have this by the side. So once if I double click on it, it gives us a color and it changes its color. So let's move back to our work. Now I'm going to make it hover. I want to make it hover around. So I'm going to give it a color and make it RGB. I'm going to make my red 230 and I'm going to make my green to be, I'm going to make my green to be 104, then my blue to be 59. And I will do that, come over, you see, so when I click on it, wow, this is beautiful. Alright, so Let's go back to our codes. Now let's move on to our index.html. It's time for us to give us a level trial info, the information about yourself. So we're going to have a div. We're going to give the class info, and a h2 is going to be hi. Hi, I'm Stella. I'm Stella Williams. Good. So I'm going to give another h1. I'm going to write the web designer. Then I'm going to use a h. Sorry. So write any information about yourself. So you can write anything about yourself. You can say a web designer. I'm a web designer. A web designer and developer. I create websites for businesses to do better online. And you can break that. You can break that here. Keep the break here. So let's see how this goes. Let's put our image here. Let's take this and let's see how it goes. Oh, hi, I'm Stella, web designer. Okay, I'm a web designer. Alright, so I'm going to go to my CSS file and style our information. Okay, so I'm going to start our information. We're going to make it push it to the left because it was more to the right, so we're going to push it a little bit to the left, just by 7%. Then we're going to give a margin top of 6%. So we're going to start our H1. We're going to give a font size of 3.5 rem. We're going to give it a color. I'm going to give it a color, and I want to color to be I'm going to make the right width 36. Then I'm going to be 32. Then I'm going to be 30. Good. Here's our history. We're going to make it our font size 80 pixels. Then our letter spacing is going to be 1 pixel. Then our line height will be 24 pixels. But I'm going to save this and I'm going to open. Now this is good. I am Stella, a web designer. I'm a web designer and developer. I create websites for businesses to do better online. So I'm going to give this a different color. Show it our name, Stella Williams, and also a web design. So I'm going to give it a color. So I'm going to add a span to it. So I'm going to put a span here. Okay, I'm going to delete this. Good. Then I'm going to come here and give this a span. So give this a span. So I'm gonna go to our CSS file. It will save this, go to our CSS file. Then I'm gonna style our span. So I'm gonna make a color, give it a color. So I'm actually gonna give it. I'm gonna give it the same color. So I'm gonna give it this color, and I'm save, and let's see what it looks like. Now this is beautiful. So hi, I'm Stella, web designer, web developer, and this is actually nice. Oh, so next thing, I said next thing I'm going to do, we're going to add a link here, and I'm going to write hire me, hire me. Good. So go back to. I'm going to save this, but to save, always save your work is very important. Then info A, which is funding. And I'm going to document that because if you go back to, yeah, it's just looking like plain hire me and click on it. So I want to give it more, I want to make it more like a platform where you cut it, sorry, a button, right? So I'm going to document this application. And follow. And the color is going to be white, I want it to be completely white. Then our background. Our background. So I'm going to make it, I'm going to give it this color. These are already. So the video is the video to this video. Video is then we're going to do imagine of 26 pixel. Imagine of 26 pixel, then a padding of 10 pixel, 10 pixel, and 18 pixels. Then I'm going to do a border radius for 10 pixels also. Then I'm going to display. I want it to be an inline block. I want it to be an inline block. Then transition. Save this. Now this is how I wanted it to look like. Can you see that hire me? So you can click on hire me. Can you see that? So I want to give it a transition and add a color to it. So when you click on it, it changes colors. So this is what I'm going to add a transition to it. Transition. I'm going to make it 4 seconds for SEs. Good. Then I'm going to make it over. For it. So I'm going to make it over for it. And I'm going to give it a background. And I want the color to be this. Needs to be this color. Right. So I'm gonna save this and let's see what we have here. Good. This is beautiful. So I'm gonna go back to our HTML file. I'm gonna put in another div. give the class image. We're going to put in an image here. So we're going to copy this. We're going to copy an image. I'm going to place that here. I'm going to change this author name and give it a class. Alright, so I'm going to give it a class girl. So let's see what that looks like. Alright, so we don't want our lady to be here. Actually, we want her to be somewhere else. So we want her to be by the side of the screen because she is actually representing Stella Williams. So I want her to be in a position where she can be visible. So I would like her to be by the side of our website. So I'm going to style that with our CSS. And that's image. That's image. So our width is going to be the width of 30%. Then we're going to give the height of 60%. We're going to give the height of 60%. Then the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to give it a position. I want it to be absolute. Then we want to give it to the right. So we're going to do that by 100 pixels. Then bottom is 0. So I'm going to do it for our image link. So I'm going to give the margin top 40 pixels. 40 pixels. Then I'm going to give it a padding top of 40 pixels also. I'm going to give it a positioning, which is to be relative. Then I'm going to give it a width. I'm going to give the height actually. I'm going to give the height. A height of 100%. Transform, translates, minus 50%. It's going to be by x. Actually, I'm going to translate it by x. So then bottom, I'm going to give it 0. Then okay, I'm going to set this and let's see what our image looks like. Wow. Okay, this is good. This is good. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make our image to hover around to the left. I want our image to hover to the left. So I'm going to give image, I'm going to give a hover. So to the left for 55%. Divide by 55%. I'm going to give it a transition here. Transition left 2 seconds is. So I'm going to save that and let's see what we have here. Good. Alright. Okay. So let's have to change this to 55%. And we'll save that. Let's see what we have. Good. So you see our image is actually moving to the left then to the right. So The next thing we're going to do is in our portfolio, we're going to create an icon. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to add a script. And we're going to give this, we're going to use a source for our script. HTTPS just want to closely.com. These are the pages well, where we have our icons from. So iron icons. Good. Right, so we're going to move over to this space. I'm going to create another theme for our icons. So we create a theme for our icons, and here we're going to do iron icon. We're going to do iron icon. Good. Then so and then and we will like logo Facebook. Logo Facebook. Now I'm going to do it like 3 times. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this and paste. So I'm going to change this to Instagram. I'm going to change this to Instagram. Good. So let's see. Alright, so we made it out and let's see what it looks like on our page. So we check here, you see our Facebook icon, Instagram icon, and our Twitter icon. So let's go ahead and style our icon. So styling our icons, little icons. Okay. Text decoration, none. Then we're going to give it a color, and I'm going to be black. Good. So let's go back to icons, icon, margin left. Margin left is going to be 7%. Then now color is going to be black also. Now margin right is going to be minus 60% pixels rather. We're going to give it font size. Font size of 40 pixels. We're going to make it a little bit bigger. Then I'm going to give it a cover. Let's check what it looks like first of all. Okay, actually I have to save my work first. So I save this and yeah, that's what I wanted. So let's see what it looks like. This is a Facebook. I'm going to give it a hover. So we'll put a hover to it. And going to give a color, and I want it to be aqua. Then I give a transition. So I save this, and we are done with our portfolio. So you can on your own add your abouts to it, your skills, your work, and contacts. So people can actually reach out to you. But this is just a good page of your portfolio. See you guys in our next class. Bye.